Hey, obviously last year it was made a big deal of how early you got everyone in June and how that kind of correlated to the success right away, basically. For how late everyone came together here, are you relatively happy 2 games in, or is there a lot of ground to be made up there?
I think for a new team to come in here and play against Ole Miss on their turf with a hostile crowd, to have a chance to win the game. We're down 4 with 2 free throws with a minute and something left. I think it's definitely something to build on. You know, they don't know each other. They don't know how to dig. They don't know how to grind yet. And unfortunately for us in this non-conference, this is where we make our noise. So, you know, it's gotta happen sooner than later.
Penny, the three-point line on both ends, what do you want to see change going forward there?
We teach really hard, the staff, about, you know, being in the gaps and moving on the motion of the pass. I have to do a better job of getting us in position. We're going to be in that position to get out to the shooters with a sense of urgency. We haven't really done that yet. And teams are shooting the ball really well against us, and that's something that if we're going to bring that down, we're going to have to be more aggressive on being in our positions but closing out harder.
You called it the other night when you said it's going to be a by-committee thing, that one night it's going to be Quante and whoever else it was, and then tonight it might be somebody different, but tonight it was. What does that tell you about your team?
Well, it tells us the depth is there, that we got at least 7 or 8 guys that can go for double figures on any night or lead the team in scoring. And, that's just the depth that we have. We just got to, keep stacking days and keep building together to try to learn from our experiences and just keep getting better and better every game.
When you realized that you guys weren't forcing the turnovers that you were maybe expecting with the traps, with the presses, was there any consideration on your end to switch the defensive philosophy? And if so, what were you going to switch it to?
We only trapped for maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes out of the game. We were trying to get up in pressure. We subbed enough people to do so. We're just not used to it yet. We'll just continue to push at that because at some point it's going to turn. But we have to be a very disruptive team for us to be successful. We can't let people run their stuff.
You mentioned before the non-conference is where you guys make your hay, really make your mark on the resume. Is there any level of concern on your end that it's not going to come together as fast as it needs to?
I'm not sure. We're just going to keep coaching, keep grinding. Like these guys said, they're going to get back to the gym, watch film, and we're going to all be in this together. So we'll see how fast it happens.
Aaron Bradshaw and Zach Davis were supposed to be, heading into the season, they were kind of projected to be two of your guys here. And, Bradshaw sits out the first 6 minutes of the second half. Zach Davis just doesn't play much of the second half at all. What is preventing those two from getting going here?
We just got to have high energy. That's all. I love both those young men. We just got to have high energy. We don't have the time to wait on anybody, so we're not waiting.
What makes Ilias Carmodina a challenge to go against?
Because he's seasoned. He's very skilled and he's seasoned. Can't be rushed. This is, I just remember Luka Doncic talking about the transition from overseas to here. And he said the NBA was way easier than overseas. He's making it look like college is way easier than overseas.
You've probably seen him more up close and personal than anyone. How would you describe the growth from Ashton from the last time he was here? Because obviously that looks like a completely different player than a year and a half ago.
Yeah, wearing both hats as a coach and a dad, there's definitely a proud moment for me with him because he works really hard and he wants it. And to see that come into play is always great. I try not to be too sour on a night that he played well, but when we lose, he feels the same way I do. But I'm very happy to see his growth because, he really wants it.
What can you do to fix the front court issues? It seems like there is an issue front court. What can you do to fix that?
Just keep pushing, keep loving on these guys, keep pushing them, keep watching film, stay in the gym with them, and just hopefully the switch turns on and then it flips.
Hey, it seems like this isn't the way your teams have historically lost games. Y'all had 20 assists, only 7 turnovers, 20 assists on 28 made buckets. When you look at just that stat line right there, is it almost like, damn, we had an opportunity right, here? on the road.
Yeah, I mean, with a new team to come into this environment and have an opportunity to win, that's the difference. It came down to defense, though, because offensively we did what we were supposed to do. We won the rebound game. We had 20 assists. Like I said, we did almost everything perfect. We just didn't guard the ball well.
Two more.
Is that just I'll just like ask the guys, does that matter of them being elite shot makers and just being their night, or is it something that was a defensive miscommunication or a lapse on y'all?
Some of the straight line drives were us, but they were elite shot makers tonight. I was really impressed with Carmerdine and how do you pronounce his last name? Gifa? Okay, those two guys' shot making was incredible. You know, we know what Malik can do, but those two guys really put on the show with shot making tonight.
Penny, we didn't see Hassan or Tariq tonight. Have either of those guys suffered any setbacks with injuries or conditioning or what have you?
Tariq was not injured. Hassan is still out. And waiting on him to come back, for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.